Welcome to Reelistic Outdoors, making a splash one fish at a time. Reelistic Outdoors is brought to you in part by Barkerville Brewing, Stake Your Claim, and Pure Fishing, building the world's best fishing company, one brand at a time. Also by Dwayne's Outdoor Productions. Come along on the adventure.
Hey guys, Scott from Reelistic Outdoors bringing to you another emergency DEFCON 4 Level 3 Red Alert tip. People have been asking us all week while we're at the market, why can't I catch fish? Why can't I catch kokanee? So today we're going to show you how to catch kokanee in your local lake, Ness Lake. Tips coming up. So there's three main ways to catch kokanee. But before we say anything else, you have to be fishing at 25 to 30 feet. That's where the kokanee hang out. If you're not in that, if you're just trolling this on the surface with a split shot, you're not catching kokanee. That's mistake number one. So there's three main ways we can do it. One is you can load this up with lead. You can put all kinds of split shots on it. I mean, you could use lead core line if you have it. On this line here, today I'm going to use a downrigger. On this side, I'm going to use an actual split weight, and I'll show you how to use those. Those are inexpensive, and you can buy them at any of your local tackle shops. So here's my flasher rigged. I have that tied onto a swivel, direct onto my braid. I use braid for everything, especially for trolling, because it doesn't give a big arc. Doesn't mean you need it. And now I've got 13 or 14 inches on here right now, and I'll start shortening as the day goes, as the bite slows down, so it makes it a little more active. But right now the fish aren't super active, so I don't want it to be too movie. So this flasher will give this the action it actually needs in the water. So without this, it's just a spinner. I mean, it works, but with this, it's the gold. So I'm gonna, with my downrigger, I'm gonna leave about 14 or 15 feet behind my cannonball. I'm going to hook it onto my release. I'm going to put my downrigger or my rod in my rod holder. I'm going to loosen my drag, and I'm going to start trolling. There he is, one on the downrigger. Just put that down there too. He is. There we go. One sure way to tell a difference on a kokanee, if you're not sure when you catch one, because people keep telling me they look like trout, if your net is not full of these tiny scales that you can see in my hand when you touch them, then you probably don't have a kokanee. Kokanee are just full of these tiny scales. Anyway, there's another one. So this is probably the standard typical way that most of you could use. It's cheap, and or I should say easy on the pocketbook, not cheap. So on this side I'm going to use a Stewart. It's just another lure like the other one, but I took the hook off. I've got 14 inches of leader and another one of my Magic Gold kokanee killers and a little bit of worm. But there's a few ways you can get it down that are inexpensive. You've probably all seen a pink lady in somebody's tackle box. You can hook that up in line with the gear that you're using, and this will help dive you down to 20 feet. There's newer ones on the market, like this one. It's called a jet diver. Connect your line, and it'll dive down until, or actually dives this way, until you catch a fish on, then the weight rolls over, and then you can fight the fish. This still stays in line with your gear. Here's the cheapest and easiest way. This is a slip weight. Spring weight, some people call it, and basically you attach it onto your line and it'll stay on the line. So you just pop it on there, so that way once the fish bites, it'll slide down to the bottom. You set the spring and then you troll, and when the fish bites, this gear will slide down to the bottom. That's it. Okay, so got the Stewart flasher out, the spring weight on. And although I don't feel him anymore, he could be swimming to the boat on. We were down 25 feet exactly. Well, there he is. I see him. So, oh, it's a little rainbow. Oh! Oh! Okay, pay no attention to how I netted that. Alright. Oh, it's a kokanee. It is a coke. Pretty colors on it. So there's a kokanee. That line was literally down 3 minutes. It's important to get into the depth or you're not into the fish. Hopsky's Lounge and HeyJay Outdoors right there. Doing what they do best. I hope this simplifies what's needed to catch kokanee. 3 points to remember. 1. Make sure if you're not using a fish finder, you're fishing from 25 to 35 feet. 2. Keep the leader from your spinner to flasher 10 inches to 14 inches. 3. Make sure you're fishing 25 to 35 feet deep. Thanks for watching. Watch for my tip on trolling with spring weights coming up.